what's going on there? Morning. It's almost, too early of a morning. It's 4 a.m., which is a little, it's early. It's been a while since I've been up this early. I opted to come back from Edson back to town so I could be asleep in my bed. Last night, we got a rocky mountain house. Well, I guess not really rocky, but it's hot in here. Hot in this mofo. Heat isn't even up. Left the bunk heater on all night so I didn't have to get into a cold cab. But we're gonna go out and help Cal Nash do a rig move, going from Nordegg River Road. I'm supposed to be out there for 6. I'm sure I'll be a little bit early actually, but that's fine. And then we're gonna come back out Sunchild, Highway 11, back through Rocky, back to 22 South, and over to 392? What we call Taratama Road, back over to 752, which is the Cow Lake Road, and then out to Range Road 10, which I do believe is pretty much close to, I don't know if that's the cut across to 54. I didn't really look at the directions too well because I ain't there yet. Range Road 10. So anyway, it's out by Husky Ram. Is it even still Husky Ram? I haven't been out in that area for a long time, so it was pretty much close to the end of the pavement there on 752, where you would go to Ram Falls and you'd hit the trunk road, and then you could kind of go back to Nordegg, or you can go back to Cochrane. You could kind of go tons of places because there's lots of branches that come off. You can get off and get back out to the highway in lots of places. It's actually a pretty sweet drive. I've done it a few times. Did it from Edson, across Robb, out to Nordegg, just cross right over the road again, and you can go all the way. Dude, there's trails back, it's the forestry trunk. There's trails for days. You could go a lot of places. You could actually take it all the way down to Coleman by Frank Slide. That's Highway 3. It's a little bit of jig jog and stuff, but nice drive. I recommend it in the summer. I tried early spring. Like the snow was pretty much melted everywhere, but there was a couple spots there. I want to say they call it the corkscrew, where it was shaded. It was just a sheet of ice. And just me and my wife. I don't even think, we weren't even married then. We were just dating. With 1994 Sunbird, all season tires. They're like, yeah, let's go for a drive. And we went all down in there and came around that corner for the corkscrew, and it was just this straight sheet of ice. I'm like, I'm going for it, and I don't know, like make it 3/4 of the way up and spin out, but it was just 2 frozen rots, so I just slid back down, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's the end of that. But anywho, rig move, Cal Nash, early start. I know a couple of the other guys opted. They were doing the Peyto stuff out in Rocky, so they just stayed in Rocky last night. I know dispatch is doing me dirty because I'm always like, I'm not sleeping in Rocky, 45 minutes from home. Hey, because he knew I'd have to get up super early, so he didn't tell me what time. He just said, you want to go on a rig move tomorrow? It was optional, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's do it. One trip. I'm like, one trip? He's like, yeah, you're probably not gonna want to go back to the new end twice. I'm like, oh, it's that awesome? Guess there's one hell of a hill. So there's a tow tractor there. I don't know if we'll need it or not. He said it took like an hour and a half to get the rig, the kilometer and a half. It's like, wow. Must be some hill. See if I can leave the drive line on the ground. So yeah, it's like you just show up expecting to see some action and then there's nothing there. I'm like, the rig is gone. There's nothing here. I was questioning, I'm like, man, do we need to come back for a second trip? I was asking myself, and then he pulled up while I was chaining it down. I'm like, you need to come back? He's like, no, just one trip. 2,400, it's hardly worth getting up this early for. You know what I mean? What else? I'll be home early. It's like logging status. The other driver, Zach, he's like, we don't have Sunpine mainline channel. I'm like, oh, that's great. He's like, it's super busy. like, well, that's awesome. Following 3 other Downton trucks here, so maybe I can tag along. I don't know what the road looks like. Deer. There's the deer everywhere. Must have seen like 20 deer. I've seen like 3 dead ones on the road. Hard to see them now with oncoming traffic. There's one not too far, just up by a tabletop motocross racetrack here. That's like the Rocky Mountain House. I think it's at the dump, or it's like landfill or whatever. There was one laying right in the middle of this lane. I was like, oh, I better remember that on the way back. Couple on the Sunchild, they were right in the middle of the road, dead. So it's pretty bad for deer this time of the year. I don't know. That's the most deer I've ever seen in a while. Whoa. What up? They all like to hang out too, right? It's busy right now. Look at all the traffic. I'm not really worried about anything. I'll just mow over a deer like nothing. But anyways, so yeah, probably got like a good hour and a bit before we'd be getting off the pavement over there on the 752. So yeah. Yep, it's confirmed. We don't have the channel. 159555. So that kind of sucks. Non-stop traffic with log trucks. I'm sure they're coming out of here. They've watered the road, so they're expecting traffic. Well, we'll have to wait and see if we can piggyback. drop off. First auto hold. Too bad I'm gonna be eating dust.
Yeah, you guys should just bring her on in. Okay, I'll start making my way.
That's
Hey.
it.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm here, okay, good. See you later.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm the one. quad 2 gears, so don't get going too fast. Just let me do the work. You can just kind of help it along, but we don't want any slack in that winch line. Yeah, I was in first there. I should have been in below there. No. By the pipe jump back in on that bank over there. That's good. Yep, right here. Sitting back there. Hold it back here. Coming. Here, this here. Back here. Hold up. Good. We can get the check. Under. Go back up and down. There you go. Balance. Get there we go.
I'm pretty much grading the road with my trailer, I know it. Weak. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Must have been brutal coming in here with the heavy stuff. Holy.
Hey Dave, gravel truck driver, you on here? Andrew, you got a copy? Yeah, you betcha. I think there's a third gravel truck sitting somewhere, loaded. Yeah, I think so. Must be taking a piss or something. Oh, he's up here in the log deck, yep. Maybe we can sneak him in at the end of these heavies coming in. Get him out of here. Yeah, that'd be good. Hey, Ronnie? Yep. What is on there? Collar dump. Are you just gonna wait your turn to get somebody at this? Yeah, it's pretty heavy, actually. Okay. Did everyone that was empty make it out here then? They're still going. 5 to clear the road.
Going up?
Are you doing a couple boxes on that hillside grader before we start pulling trucks in again? I think we just follow them in. It's not that bad. It'll just slow us up. Hang it in.
Fall out of my seat. off. Not bad. I got 11 and a half hours today out of that. There was a little bit of waiting, unfortunately, because just the way the road was getting in and out of there, and they were trying to spread gravel and grade it out and trying to make it better. Then we would come along with like 10 loads and smash it all out again. Literally rebuilding the road as we were moving in. Couldn't imagine what yesterday was like for them. Holy. But pretty cool. I enjoyed it. That's the kind of stuff I like to do. Get out there, get in the hills, getting pulled up hills. It was pretty soft. I was even like spinning. Well, I didn't have much for weight either. And that back tank had, I don't know how much, something creamy in it, like mud, but not drilling mud. Didn't really look like invert to me. Definitely didn't smell like invert. And yeah, so that was, so everybody had a really weird toe slam. He's shackled. Just the way he had it shackled on there. I couldn't get the shackle through my bumper. I was like, dude, I can't get this through my bumper. He's like, oh no, we just hooked the hook through. And I'm like, well, your shackle's gonna jam into my pump. I'm not super cool about that. Tweaked my light a little bit, but didn't break anything. And then clutch didn't wreck any of the wires, so we're all good. Fuck yeah, pinned it. Pinned to win. Traffic circle, gotta be aggressive, no signal. Here I come. Tina's cold, put floor in it. But yeah, so, hey, where'd you go? Back over here. Don't wreck the lenses. It's too bad they weren't Gorilla Glass. Maybe they're better quality nowadays, but I know my old one was pretty sensitive. So I was just making footage so I can kind of mess around.